Madden football is the home of Super Bowl 57, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Chiefs and the 49ers, and it's all up next.
We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. We're counting down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champion Kansas City Chiefs taking on the NFC champions, the San Francisco 49ers. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, for these Kansas City Chiefs, they, of course, were Super Bowl champions 3 years ago. The win over the Niners in Miami. They fell to the Bucs in Tampa a couple years back. They had the blown lead in the AFC title game against Cincinnati last year. And now they're back, making their third trip to the big game in 4 years.
And their recent history only increases the urgency to try and win another Super Bowl title with this group.
Meanwhile, the 49ers are back in the Super Bowl for the 8th time in franchise history. One of the more successful teams in the Super Bowl era, no doubt. They look to claim their 6th title, which would tie them with the Pats and Steelers for most ever.
And they've been really close in recent years. They were in this game just 3 seasons ago, Super Bowl 54 in Miami. Had the lead in the 4th quarter against Kansas City, but watched it slip away. And how about last year? Lost a 4th quarter lead to the Rams in the NFC title game.
Talk is over. We're set for the big one. Super Bowl 57. Away we go from Arizona. Fielded just outside the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
You can't help but continue to marvel at how well this man's career has gone so far. Now in his 5th season as KC starter, he's never missed a conference title game, and he's taking the field in his 3rd Super Bowl. Simply dominant, it's easy to envision him being one of the top quarterbacks for many years to come.
Right to the air is Mahomes. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Right away, they rack out 10 yards on their first play from scrimmage.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Jerick McKinnon, his first carry of the ball game. And he's got room. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw that on that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. From the gun, they will run with McKinnon. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Well, they need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Here's Mahomes to throw. A dump down to McKinnon. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. That'll give him 8 that time, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Interesting decision here. Opening drive, Charles, 4th and short. You're in field goal range. We'll see what they do.
I just shake a fist at my offense and say, go get it, guys, because if you can't pick up 4th and short here, we're probably in trouble the rest of the game. Show some confidence, show some aggressiveness, go pick it up.
So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. Butker's kick here is good, and the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead.
3 points, probably not going to win this Super Bowl, but at least you get something on the opening drive.
And it's certainly not going to lose it. So the bottom line is, come away with the points now, come back and get greedy later, and try and put it in the end zone.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away.
Taken at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
So here's the first drive now for the 49ers.
They'll be led out by Mr. Irrelevant in the 2022 draft, a guy with something to prove, Iowa State's career passing leader, and that's Brock Purdy.
And as we know and as we've discussed here in the run-up to this game, this is history in the making. The first rookie quarterback to ever start in a Super Bowl. An absolutely tremendous accomplishment, something no one else has done. But he doesn't want to just go down as the first to make a Super Bowl. He's told us all week he's here to win it.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down.
He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs.
Shotgun now with Purdy. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away.
Back deep is Kadarius Toney.
Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. Well, Mahomes finding his burner, Hardman, for the KC first. We've seen quite a bit of a short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
On 1st down, Mahomes. Now they go screen. It's complete. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's 2nd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
To throw again on 2nd down, Mahomes. Toward the sideline, and he will have the 1st down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Down to about the 45.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Open man downfield. That's Smith-Schuster. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 21. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Dre Greenlaw in there on the tackle.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Mahomes going to throw. And hitting Juju on the slant. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And he's got it. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. That's good for a gain of 6, second and goal.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turned it into a successful play.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
A big one here early in this Super Bowl. It's third and goal. Now it's Mahomes again. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Juju Smith-Schuster on a touchdown pass from Patrick Mahomes. And they're able to add on to their advantage. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And it's capped off by the touchdown from Juju Smith-Schuster. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Purdy looking to throw on first down here. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here, 1st and 10.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. On first down, it's Purdy. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, I've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Purdy now to throw. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. He shifts past him. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we could at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 43. They'll go option to the short side.
And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30.
Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
Holding, offense.
Mike McGlinchey, the Notre Dame man, guilty on that one.
Still 2nd down.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Here's Purdy.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Purdy looking to throw.
The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. So no gain on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Robbie Gould on now to try the field goal. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And the 39-year-old veteran puts it right through, and they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Now it's Gould after splitting the uprights to kick this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. It sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
Throwing again on second down. Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
One quarter done, 3 more to play here in Super Bowl 57.
It's the Chiefs on top early. The NFL on EA Sports continues right after this message. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
And we are back and ready to go for the second quarter of the Super Bowl. Brandon Garden, Charles Davis, as always, thrilled to be with you. Thanks for tuning in, everyone.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They go play action. Now Mahomes. He'll buy some time right. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
And that's a gutsy call there on 3rd and short, because that's a play that's got a good chance of being blown up in the backfield for a big loss of yardage. But nice job out wide to gather in that screen pass, use his blockers well, and pick up the first down.
Mahomes now to throw. And a little floater there is incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Looking to throw is Mahomes.
On the slant, he's got Hardman. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. To throw, it's Mahomes. Complete, the tight end, Kelsey. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line to hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
They'll look to pick it up with McKinnon. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge the offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
So on 4th down, Mahomes off. Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. This will be a 37-yard attempt. Butker's kick here is good, and they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They trail by 10, 13-3 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Purdy on 1st and 10. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away.
Finding room at midfield.
And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a 1st. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, and that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact, and in his mind just screamed, "Out of my way," and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
On 1st down, Purdy. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk.
And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And able to get this to the 24-yard line. They began the play at the 12. It's also a pickup of 12 for the 1st down.
Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And a short gain here, down to the 22.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Seventh play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
Purdy from the gun. He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Here's the option, running right. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
You got to be ready for anything when you play defense against this head coach. That is not something you'd expect to see here in the red zone, but it winds up getting him a few yards.
3rd and goal, a big play in this Super Bowl. McCaffrey. And the pressure gets to McCaffrey as they stop him short of the line to gain.
They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down.
Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
On 4th down, here's Purdy.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the ball's going to be going back to the Chiefs. A chance to get some momentum here in the 2nd quarter, getting their first trip into the red zone, but unable to get it across.
And if I'm the head coach, sure, you feel some disappointment, maybe a little bit of deflation there because you didn't get it in, but I'm going straight to rah-rah mode. All right, guys, we didn't get it this time. It's only the 2nd quarter. We'll be back. Let's get it later on. I want to keep this team up. I want them to feel like they've let everyone down.
Positive.
Got to be positive in this situation. It's too early to think that you don't have a chance to win this game.
They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And they're going to get this all the way out past the 20.
41 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. 2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes finding Hardman here over the middle. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Here's Mahomes to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Mahomes. That is caught by Smith-Schuster. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Mahomes to throw once more. Screen play, McKinnon. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Nick Bosa in there to drop him for a loss on the play. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be taken down shy of the 25 that he needed. He'll be a yard or 2 short. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. Butker's kick here is good, and that will do it for this first half. So it's halftime here on sports' grandest stage in the Super Bowl. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, BG, thanks very much, and welcome one and all to our beautiful new downtown Orlando studios for this EA Sports Halftime Report. First, though, a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for Kansas City. And it's been the passing game that's gotten them to where they are, 2 quarters away from a possible Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for the Niners, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3.
These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl.
Returning from his end zone is Ray McCloud. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter.
And right now, their chances of hoisting that Lombardi trophy not looking too great, but perhaps that long halftime, maybe it did them a world of good.
But if there's ever a chance to regroup, it's in this game, right? Because you do have that long halftime, a chance to really assess things and maybe make some changes and true adjustments. They played great all year long. That was the worst first half of the season for them. They're hoping to put it behind them and come out punching here in the second half.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again.
To about the 40-yard line.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Out of the pistol, McCaffrey. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Well, with him trailing here in the second half, maybe his legs can try to give this offense a spark.
And that's the benefit of having a young quarterback, right? Having a rookie, a guy who will say, hold on a second, I have a little bit of fearlessness to my game. It isn't working as well the other way. Let's see what I can do to help my team this way. And boy, he did it there.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down.
He's going to keep this again. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line.
A good chunk on the ground on the keeper, 17 yards, 1st down.
It looked like almost a miscommunication defensively, because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball. But the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
This time they'll throw it. Here's Purdy.
They'll roll him out right. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. Touchdown, 49ers! George Kittle, 36 yards.
And the 49ers are back within a score.
That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And it's up. This is good, and it makes it a 16-10 game now. That time a 6-play drive.
And it all ends with a George Kittle touchdown.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2.
But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. But I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
Here's the Chiefs punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Off the option, here's McCaffrey. And he'll take this up to the 30, the gain of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And throwing here, Purdy.
And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 49-yard line. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give.
Nick Bolton there on the tackle.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Second and 6. Purdy will set up to throw it here.
And he
will find his man Samuel. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 27-yard line. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
6 yards there on the keeper. It's second down.
Now that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
On second down, McCaffrey.
Oh, fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. 54 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Purdy. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in under that second half, missed the ball clean, and kept them out of the end zone.
He was looking for Jawan Jennings that time.
And now it's 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Purdy with it on 3rd and long.
Flushed out right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
The kick by Gold is good. And the lead is back down to 3 here at 16-13. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Now it's Gold after splitting the uprights to kick this one away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. So already not the best to kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it's 2nd down.
He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
Second down, McKinnon. Despite some fast footwork, he's still wrangled down shy of the 15. Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
From the gun on third down, Mahomes. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away.
Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38.
They'll start with the option.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Give him 10 yards on the keeper, and it'll lead to a second down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
On 2nd and inches,
Purdy.
and he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
On 3rd down, it's Purdy.
This is Jennings.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Up the gut, McCaffrey.
Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 68 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Well, CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast, the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
He's going to try and take off with it.
And a loose football. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Well, not exactly the way that they drew it up, partner, but certainly not going to complain because the end result, touchdown.
A great outcome for the offensive side, but a crushing play defensively. You make a quick stop, force a fumble, only to see them take the fumble all the way in for 6 points. Now the challenge becomes not getting down and going out and continuing to make plays and hoping the ball bounces your way the next time.
Now goal for the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. 5 plays there on that drive. And the last play, a really nice run that culminated in the touchdown. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. They had that lead that is now gone. It is completely gone. How does that affect the psyche? Or am I reading into that too much? They should be okay still?
No, you're not reading into it too much at all. You've got to wonder what the psyche is of a team, because once you build up a lead and things are rolling pretty well, you don't expect it to change. And for it to change this dramatically, and now they're the team doing the chasing, yeah, you want to check out where they are mentally and whether or not they have it in them to come back. We'll soon find out.
Yeah, they're on their heels a bit right now. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there, and he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
Mahomes to MVS there for the Kansas City first. Just one more quarter remains in the season-long race for the Lombardi Trophy here in Super Bowl 57 from Glendale.
We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Folks, welcome back to the biggest stage in sports, the Super Bowl, and now we get down to the good stuff, the 4th and final quarter.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like the linebacker. We see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Straight ahead they go with McKinnon. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 8. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt.
And they'll run the option to start the drive.
And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
They run with McCaffrey off the option.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them, because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And we're at the time in this Super Bowl where, look, they need points. And they need them badly. Trailing here in the fourth quarter as they begin this drive, 1st and 10.
This is where you step up, right here, baby. Let's roll. It's game time. Let's go. Let's go.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Now here's Mahomes. Complete, the tight end Kelsey.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. Open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. Handoff, it's McKinnon. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
On first down, McKinnon again. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 53 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on first and goal. Mahomes now to throw. His pass caught at the 4. Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's second and goal.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who could turn it loose, and boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on second and goal? Throwing now is Mahomes. And that is caught for a touchdown, Kansas City. Marquez Valdez-Scantling bringing in that one from Patrick Mahomes. And the Chiefs have regained the lead in the second half of this Super Bowl. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route. Ordinarily, it's probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that gives them a 3-point lead. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. After the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it.
The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field.
And this could become a career-defining drive for some. Down 3, 4th quarter of the Super Bowl. This is where the legends are made in the National Football League as they begin this drive 1st and 10. Off the option, here's McCaffrey. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on first down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Out of the gun, Purdy.
Open man is Samuel, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. From the shot. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And I think the Chiefs have it. They do. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Now on 2nd and 13. Mahomes. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Here's Mahomes to throw. Toward the sideline, it's complete. An athletic grab, but still well short of the first. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there.
They got the completion, but they didn't get the first down. So you got to think if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you're pretty happy with what you just accomplished there.
Yeah, guy, like you said, got him out of bounds, stopped the clock, kept him short of the marker. So a big one coming now for Harrison Butker. This to swell the lead to 6. And he missed it. It's no good. And that will keep this a 3-point game. Maybe an important 4th quarter miss as this stays a 3-point game.
Yeah, now overtime is very much in the equation here. Just what you mentioned, a 3-point game. They get a drive, put it through the posts. We could have some free football, couldn't we?
The Niners set to take over on offense. Well, they didn't fall behind any further thanks to that missed field goal, but still staring at this 4th quarter deficit.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here's Purdy on 1st and 10.
Completes it to the tight end, Kittle.
And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Now they'll run the option to the short side left.
And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15.
Nice pickup, 10 yards and a first down on the keeper.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, that'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the 4th.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. He'll decide to keep this once more.
And despite the fancy footwork we saw, they'll get to him just inside the 15. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They face a 2nd down, but they are in field goal range.
Oh, no, he lost the football.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And they had it there so close to the goal line, a chance to take it across, claim the lead here in the 4th. Boy, that was a big, big mistake.
It really was, and as much as I want to give credit to the defense for making a play, I do tend to agree with you. That mistake, that's a chance to go in and take the lead. I mean, you're in great shape, yet you don't take care of the football. But they'll be going over that like crazy in the upcoming weeks.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. Now Mahomes. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's the Chiefs punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away.
Here's McLeod on the return.
A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
So now the Niners down on the scoreboard. A little over a minute and a half remaining. They need at least a field goal to send this Super Bowl to overtime as they come up on 1st down.
Purdy to throw. Finding Samuel.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
All right, let's just put it on the table real quick here. This is 2-minute drill. You got to know they're looking for their #1 receiver.
Yeah, you'd think they'd be ready for that. That time they weren't. The 49ers moving hastily. They're scurrying to the line.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
First down now, but that clock rolling.
Here's Purdy. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Would be a long field goal try from here as they try to hustle to the line. He's back to throw. And that will be incomplete with the clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Back to throw.
He'll get this out right here to McCaffrey.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. It goes as a gain of 6, and it's a first down.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there, picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as they understand where they are in the field?
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. McCaffrey running up the middle. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Robbie Gould on now to try the field goal. This to tie things up in the final minute. And this one is right down Broadway. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
So 4 quarters couldn't decide it, and it'll be the Chiefs who get the football first in this overtime session. Fields it right around the goal line. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. The Chiefs offense set to go. And CD, we get to see the debut of the brand new postseason overtime rules. Now, as everybody is learning, both teams are going to be guaranteed an offensive possession. So they might get the ball first here, but a touchdown does not right away win the game.
And we saw many marker games along the way that sparked a lot of conversation. But the Buffalo-Kansas City game in the 2022 playoffs, that really brought about this rule change. What an amazing game, a true classic. Ended in overtime, left Buffalo getting a shot with the football, and the people didn't like that at all. So starting this season, if you make the playoffs, you'll get a chance to answer if the other team scores first, and that way you get a chance to keep a great game as well as your hopes alive as you chase the big prize.
A touchdown would obviously be ideal to start this overtime. They'd still need to play defense, but it's 1st and 10.
They go play action. Now Mahomes rolling to his right. Open man, it's the tight end Kelsey. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 33 yards that time.
Not lacking aggressiveness here to begin overtime, Charles. A pretty big play right there, and looked like it might have caught the defense off guard. They may have been expecting something a little more conservative.
Yeah, they've got to shore things up in a big way because they make any more mistakes like that and really let them drive it on them, they'll be putting their offense in a tough spot to answer if they want to extend their season.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. And looked like some movement there. Let's get the call.
Ball start, offense.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Still first down.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Mahomes going to throw. Screen play, McKinnon.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
And good yardage there on 1st down because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
8 yards to go on 2nd down.
And again, it's Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 28. Over 100 yards receiving for him now in the Super Bowl. So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs and give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes those legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them. The veteran guys, they tend to come through.
They are into field goal range, but definitely thinking touchdown as they come up 1st and 10.
Now Mahomes. That ball is caught. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 23 yards on the play.
Well, things now, Charles, looking pretty good here. A great opportunity to try to cash in for 6 on the opening possession of overtime.
And what I'm liking, Brandon, is what I see down on the sidelines. I see a defense huddled up and ready to go, already preparing for their opportunity to go on the field and close out this game.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown.
It's a 5-yard touchdown run. And Charles, that touchdown alone doesn't win him the game anymore with the rule changes and overtime of the postseason. But they still went down, scored, got the job done, and now they put it in the hands of their defense.
And with the other side now guaranteed an overtime possession, getting that score was vital. The pressure's now on their opponent, and their defense, they have to play off the momentum the offense generated. One stop, and they end this game.
Butker on for the PAT. And they will take a 7-point lead now. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run.
After the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Taking it about the 1. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Out on the field now, here come the 49ers.
Well, CD, in the regular season, they would already be celebrating. Not so simple here in the playoffs. Now they also need to make a defensive stand if they want to pick up the victory.
Yeah, and I'm sure the team would be in favor of just taking the win right now, but in a small way, those defenders also kind of happy for the rule change because now, on the big stage of postseason, they're the ones who can come out here and lock down the victory.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
McCaffrey on the counter. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Purdy with it on 3rd and long.
Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, here we go. Now it's gut check time. They need to convert here to keep the series and their season alive.
And obviously, this is their biggest snap of the season. And across the line of scrimmage, how about that defense? They feel exactly the same way, and they know they're one stop from celebrating a win themselves.
Anything short of a first down ends this ball game. Here's 4th down.
They'll run for it. McCaffrey. And try to push his way forward, but I think he's going to be short. And he is short. Christian McCaffrey unable to get to the marker. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. Well, they knew who to turn to on 4th down. Their horse, they needed the short yardage. He just couldn't get it.
And that's a surprise because normally that's bread and butter for them, right? Hand it to the big guy, let him go, pick up the first down. Didn't get it there. All credit to the defense. Usually, even if they know he's coming, he can't be stopped. And they got it done on that play.
And the Kansas City Chiefs are the Super Bowl champions. And their remarkable season ends in the most remarkable of ways. They get to put next to their name, Super Bowl champion.
And they can't ever take that away, can they?
Nope.
That lasts forever. So good to see the emotion when it's all said and done. You see the hugs, you see the guys sharing, the collective happiness. Makes me want to carry you around a little bit on my shoulders to celebrate the triumph. And congratulations to them, a fantastic season.